All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby.
All rise. Yes, Jules, an order in the freaking court. Okay. Welcome. We got a case. Got a really good one we're going to jump to in a second. I see the judge is out over here.
Yeah, our good friend Judge Herman stepped away for a minute, but all these kind folks are waiting, and I'm sure we'll get into some action with them. But yeah, you said you got some great stuff already planned.
I do. I mean, as a matter of fact, it just happened upon this with Judge Stephanie Boyd. We're going to jump to her in just a second. Live poll question. I want to know if Creed's being a Karen on this one.
Uh-oh.
Just tell, so new gas station opens up. It has nothing to do with courts, by the way, but I need to ask you now because I want to do this afternoon. But tell me and be honest with me if you think I'm being a little bit too much of this. So they have a card that you swipe every single time to get like 2 for $3.50 Mountain Dews. A
rewards program.
Yes, anything that is on sale, which I go there for do all the time. 2 for whatever cigarettes, you get $1.50 off per pack. The list goes on and on. Even the tornadoes, any of that stuff are like 2 for deals for X amount of whatever. So I've been noticing the last couple of times, so I made sure to grab a receipt this time.
Uh-oh.
They ring you up, you swipe your card, and then you put your card in and pay. Nothing ever changes. So I did some math today very easily. 2 for $3.50 Mountain Dews plus a big old fountain drink was $5.40 something. And I said, that doesn't add up right. So I get to thinking about it, and I'm going through things in my head. So for about 6 months, everything that they say is on sale. You've been paying full price.
Oh.
It is a local oil company. It's fairly big around here that runs X amount of gas stations as well. And is it very Karen of me to write them and say, gosh, it seems like you owe me hundreds of effing dollars right now, because this is a bit of a scam to me. And I'm pretty sure that it's been happening for quite a while.
Okay. 2 things. Yes, I think you should write, but the other thing is make sure your card was properly activated and all those kinds of things. Because they're going to say, well, we're looking at your card here, and it wasn't properly activated. And
that's a good question. I wonder if there's a loophole where like you have to go online or something. And so I'll write it out as this. I feel as if I've been cheated out of literally hundreds of dollars since you guys have opened the last, 4, 5, 6 months. Because, I mean, it's the closest gas station to us. It's brand new. And I mean brand new. But I'll also leave in there, am I missing something? Did I have to act? So it's not too Karenish. I mean, that's a lot of money if you think about it. I mean, that is our go-to place. Like it is right there.
A lot of money. I definitely would. And I'd make sure my card was properly activated. Rob them.
I like that idea. I think don't email them. Just go rob them. A couple $100 and you're fine. You're even.
Just count it out. Exactly what you need.
Did you use your rewards card also, Terminator? But yeah, I mean, everywhere you look I don't see anything where it says that you have to activate it and do any of that. We didn't on the last one. The last one, you would always have to wait after you swipe that because it would always change. Like you're at Food Lion or you're at a grocery store, right? And you put in your card and then everything changes. And it hasn't since they opened it.
Yeah, I would definitely check on the
I think so too.
status of the card for sure.
I think so too. Anyways, I'm sorry to get that off my chest. All right, I'm going to do that today. I'm going to write them like I'm a 90-year-old woman. I'm going to mail it to them with self-registered stamped envelope.
Dear sir, I'm writing
Ulysses. All right, guys. We got a case. We're going to jump into it. I want to jump over here with Judge Stephanie Boyd. This just happened. We are like literally 12 minutes behind. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to say anything. We're just going to get into it. Listen. We're going to try to be even more super quiet during this one because she is very low. I'm going to crank it up as much as I can. And you're probably going to have to do that as well, just so You should write them, complain, however, if you can shop at the gas station. Well, we got to go down there for Mountain Dews and stuff. I mean, and every once in a while I got to get, they don't have that there. Don't you know there's a coin shortage? You can't use cash anywhere anymore. Not allowed to use cash. You got to swipe that card.
Scrapping it all.
All right. Court is going to call 2019 CR 11417D, State of Texas versus Tony Renee Schiaretti. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Is her name
Ryan Gruber for
Tony?
the state of Texas.
For the defense?
It's an eye.
Oh,
Sorry, I have to turn on the fan. It is so hot in here. And are you Tony Schiaretti?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the
yes.
state?
None from the state, Your Honor.
Vicky,
No.
yes. Mikey just noticed that a little bit ago and pointed it out. It's
So,
like
actually,
on
we're not
display.
proceeding. We're in person, but I say that because they gave me the video conference sheet. So even though the pandemic is happening, this is, and I have to put this on the record, this is a jury trial setting. So that's why we have people in court, but I'm still encouraging everyone to social
damn.
distance.
Jury trial.
So
Like
Ms.
that.
Schiaretti, I'm gonna show you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Schiaretti, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We're not, Judge. We have a motion to make. We
Oh,
would move to proceed on the lesser included offense of robbery.
Any objection?
No objection.
Ms. Schiaretti, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of robbery? That's a second degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she buy them flowers for
Understand you have
herself,
a
you
right to
think?
Jury trial, a right. to
please don't
jury
send
trial,
any flowers.
Cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state
Just
will
money.
follow the right to remain silent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mama
Did you
needs a new
understand by
purse.
Entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court to find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
She has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges
Dude.
against her?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent, was legally
Hi,
safe
Nate.
at the time of the offense?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Schiaretti, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Kiss
Has
my
anyone
ass, please.
promised you anything other than the plea bargaining agreement to get you to enter this
Maybe.
plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial.
Extra
Show me
large.
the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh,
According to the plea bargaining agreement,
does
the
not say-
state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of robbery. There's a $1,500 fine.
Hello, Larry.
The state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that through the plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defenses of the plea bargaining agreement.
It is.
State-
you might not,
plea bargaining
Captain.
agreement.
Just
It is, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that
God, I hope
paragraph
not.
with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items.
Thank you,
that can be
Frank.
Appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, community service hours, no contact with the following persons: Kerry, Kerry, Yadel, Yelldel, Terrence Smith, Michaela, M-A-K-A-Y-L-A,
Living the life.
Guerra, Ezekiel Washington, Arthur Wallace, that's A-U-R-T-H-U.
Arthur Franzarelli.
And you are enrolled and obtain a GED.
Okay, Dad.
He
You understand
died.
those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense of robbery, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Yes, Judge, state would offer state's exhibit number 1 to the court. No.
Ms. Schiaretti, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent for stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it? Well, did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thought this was
Did you
gonna be a
understand that today the state will be presenting
big case,
evidence
but
in
now
the
she's
form of
saying
witnesses,
now she's just
statements,
pleading no
police reports,
contest.
but
So
most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and
How old do you
consented
think she is?
to the testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits.
I have a
1 and attachments
feeling
and
she's
will be
older
the
than she
same.
looks. Any guesses in the chat? Well, it doesn't
Yes.
matter because we'll never know.
They asked for the GED, so making me think she's rather.
Oh, good
young.
question. Well, yeah, she's at least past the high school mark.
Judge really sinking her teeth into this document. Is there any chance Brianna isn't the cutest court reporter there is?
So if you look really fast, because of the lighting, it almost looks like she's sitting sideways in an airplane.
Maybe her husband is a airplane pilot or multi-billionaire.
That's possible. Here's the guesses: 18, at least, right? Because it asked about the GED.
I'm
See,
saying,
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking early 30s, maybe. I think that she just looks young.
I say 20 tops.
You think so? I
Yeah.
don't think so.
See, Angela agrees with me. Angela, great minds.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Robert,
Robert.
thank you, sir.
His daily tidings.
Damn, I got that cranked up. Sorry.
I can count on Robert like clockwork. Oh,
She's a
it's
beauty.
really old. She's got a different one every day, just about.
I love it.
Sorry.
TK thinking 19. See, I think that she looks younger, but she's actually older. And as you guys hear, when you guys find out what she did, because we heard like 10 seconds of this thing, I said, "Oh, here's where we're starting."
Yeah, we're like, let's just go ahead and start right here.
I'm just thinking that she might play it off that she's a lot younger than she actually is. That's just kind of how I'm feeling on this one.
She's kind of sad sack looking if you look at her close enough.
Well,
She's like,
Courtyard by Marriott.
maybe. The judge didn't have time to read this ahead of time? Really?
Apparently not.
She's
Jeanette,
really-
do we got to thank you, Jeanette?
Oh, a remaining balance or husband cut her off.
Hallelujah, no matter what.
Your husband cut her off.
It's like
No
the
more of
basement
this.
Spy Life screamer who sets a Gucci bag in front of the camera. Yes, flush it. Yeah, the basement always
United
does.
States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty should apply for deferred adjudication. Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, just that we asked the court to follow the plea bargain, and if the court pleases, we can waive PSI this time.
All right, so Ms. Schiaretti, what are you doing with your life other than inviting people under the pretext of having sex with them and then having them robbed? What are you doing with your life?
Those text messages weren't actually me. They had taken my phone and they're all 6'1" and I'm 5'1" and I couldn't jump up and grab it. I wasn't near my phone.
So do
But
Sure.
you want a jury
Sure,
trial?
Jan.
See, right now, what is happening is-
She's messing up.
sometimes people don't think that I've read things because I read quickly. So here's the thing. You are involved with all of these defendants. So don't come in here playing as though, oh my gosh, what? I didn't know anything. Somebody took my phone and started sending these.
Get it, Joe Floyd.
These people just came over and then a robbery just happened and I'm just I'm just here not knowing anything that's going on. So let's be honest, because you've already entered a plea to this.
Let's be
So
honest.
other than luring people over with text messages for sex and then having them robbed, what are you doing with your life?
Trying to get a GED, go to college,
Why do you need a GED? Why do you complete school?
because I was getting bullied my sophomore year, moved away for a year to go to school.
Did you go
and
to
then I
school
had
while
to
you were
move back
away?
here. Yes. My junior year, I spent it in Illinois. Then I moved back here and I didn't go back to school because I didn't want to go through what I went through my sophomore year.
Jay.
And
So you just came back here and did nothing.
I was gonna go to a different school, but my mom couldn't take me to and from at the time because she had work.
What is the
And I
via
was
bus
going
for?
to,
Why, see, this is the problem with society today. Everybody wants to have their own vehicle and drive to where they get to. We used to walk to school,
Uphill, both
or
ways.
guess what? You take the via bus. So
Mhm.
if your mom can drop you off at school, you're old enough to get involved with the people in this to rob some people. So why can you take the via bus to get to school? Because right now, all I'm hearing from you are excuses. I couldn't go to school because I was bullied. So then I went to Illinois. And who did you go to Illinois with?
I was staying with my cousin.
All right, so there's a reason why you got sent back to San Antonio from Illinois. Things
Luring,
Illinois,
Men in
in
for sex and then
Illinois,
robbing
you
them.
completed whatever you needed to complete. What I've discovered in my time
Allegedly.
as a defense attorney and a prosecutor involved in CPS cases, when sometimes, and I would say about 60% of the time, when children leave their home to go live with their cousins in Illinois, one or two things are happening. Either the parents can no longer control them and they say, well, let's try a new setting. Now, I can't afford to go to Illinois, so I'm going to send you to Illinois with friends and family. Or either there's something wrong with the parents and they're like, I'm going to do my own thing. I don't want to be a parent, so I'm sending you to Illinois. Obviously, there was something happening in your home life where either you were not doing what you were supposed to do, which is attend school, and they sent you to Illinois for a change of scenery. Things were okay there for a while, but then something happened there. Either you were not doing what you were supposed to be doing, and they said, look, not our problem because not our child, we're sending her back to you to San Antonio. So all I've been hearing from you is what you're gonna do. But what have you been doing since this offense?
I was working, I had my own apartment,
Was working. Why are you not working?
because I got sick and I had to get out of work for 2 weeks and then I got sick again and my manager just didn't like that I got sick and I was out of work for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So who are you living with?
Right now I'm living with my mom.
And what problems are you causing there?
No problems.
So are you seeking another job?
Yes, I'm currently looking for another job. I'm going to apply at Amazon with my
Oh.
aunt and
Paper
see how
factory's
it
hiring.
goes. My aunt really likes it, so I feel like I'll like it. There's a couple other places that I have in mind.
And if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And know that you are getting drug tested today.
Uh-oh.
So if it's going to be positive or something, it would behoove you to tell me right now what it is. Yes, tell the truth and shame the devil. What will it be?
Yeah.
Right, positive.
For
Just
what?
for marriage.
Who have you been using marijuana with? Because I'm hoping it hasn't been at your mom's home.
No, that's
So who have you been using marijuana with?
Now, as I was saying,
not.
drugs are bad.
One of
You shouldn't do
my
drugs.
friends had it, and they asked me if I wanted it.
No, nobody hits marijuana once.
No, I did. I swear. I just did it once.
So
Nobody, and I mean nobody, can resist another hit.
with friends. So that means that you are going to end up causing problems with your mom. I'm going to try to stop that and nip that in the bud. So
Did
how
she
far?
say tell the truth and shame the devil? Is that what she said a while ago?
That's when I did it.
Do you have any children?
No,
All right. Any other questions from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right. And you're going to be drug tested today. And so you're telling me it's only going to be marijuana?
yes, you did.
Yeah,
All right, I'm going
I don't know
to
about that.
sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money are going to run concurrent. There's to be no contact with Carrie Yadell.
I like Carrie's name is spelled Carry, by the way.
Smith,
Carrie.
Michaela Guerra, Ezekiel
It's got that look.
Washington,
She's just one part of it sounds like a huge case.
Yeah. Yeah. That's her.
there's going to be a UA, and I want her to be continually tested for levels, Ms. Reyes, and she's going to do a UA today.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm kind of surprised she's allowed to plead no contest to this. It's kind of a
She almost
Man.
talked herself out of it there for a
Nothing
second.
Anything other than marijuana, I want to know, and I want her back in court. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution.
that's a lot.
40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived.
What a
You're
deal.
going to obtain your GED.
Oh, gotta get the GED.
If you get the
Like that.
smallpox, get the
Full
smallpox
time
shot. We'll give you
employment.
3 days off.
And for the court, full-time employment is at least 8 hours a day. So if you need to get 2 part-time jobs and get your 8 hours, then that's what you're gonna have to do. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
Ooh.
There's to be regular reporting
Yeah.
by Zoom or in person. So if you can't report by Zoom, you're gonna have to report in person.
If that's weird.
I'm gonna want her to
Second
have.
time I've heard that.
You need to be in the house by 6 p.m. The only exceptions to being in the house by 6 p.m. is if you're at work. She's only allowed to leave the house by 7 a.m. So 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Thanks.
I'm gonna want field visits, random. 3 times per month.
That's weird, man.
That is weird.
You know what I'm saying?
Janetta,
Janetta what?
sure, I did the same last name as
How do you
Charette.
spell her first name?
Junetta.
Get on it. Find her on the gram.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Surety.
Sharetti.
Yeah, it's Italian, so it's
Dun 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 dun. Nice, you're ready.
Janetta Sharetti. Rebecca, is there anything else that she needs? Is there any restitution involved here?
I don't believe so, Judge.
I do like
Anything else she needs?
I do like when they
Sorry,
do things
Rebecca.
like this as far
No,
as
Judge, but on the employment, you want her to have the employment within how many days?
giving you a chance to screw up. You know what I mean? You got a lot of things you got to
That was
work
it,
on
Judge.
that are good.
Is there anything else you need from me in order to be
It's so easy to get behind or mess something up. And this girl apparently knew she was coming to court and did take one hit.
She's talking about it's the warehouse in
To say
San
it.
Marcos. There may be some problem with getting there and back as far as the
It's-
curfew goes.
Yeah, she couldn't even make it to school.
as well.
Yeah.
Because it's
The only exception to your curfew is if you're at work.
Okay.
So you'll need to provide proof of that.
okay.
That's just it. That's what I like about these. If you don't do it,
All right.
Get
next
going
I'm
to
gonna show you
jail.
What's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights. to
For
Appeal.
5 years.
Review that document with your attorney. Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, sure.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sure.
All right, we can go off the record. I don't know if you realize how dangerous what you did was, number one.
does he have new
Somebody could have
graphics? Is that what you're
been killed,
saying?
In which case, we'd be here for something different, maybe capital murder, who knows?
Or are you watching
Number two, when you send text
Hold on.
messages to people, telling them or offering them sex, and they come over and expecting that. and
You gotta
instead
put
of-
out.
they're- Instead
Gotta
of
put
the robbery that's taking place. you
gotta
know what
put
would
out,
happen
then
then?
rob them?
Somebody could have killed you. And you know what everybody would have said? Oh, well, she came over here to rob somebody and she ends up getting killed. Your parents, I don't know your mom personally, but obviously she's trying to do something with you and help you with your life. You're making your life more difficult.
She's promising people sex
I always
Then
tell
robbing them.
life is so simple. If you
with
follow the
apparently a
rules,
bunch of guys.
it will be fine. Now you've made your life exceptionally hard because this deferred adjudication is going to follow you around. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
That's it. That's it. Like it's,
Judge, can I
I'm gonna
go?
put something in the chat for you, Rebecca.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
I need to see first, so.
All right, just remain in the courtroom.
well, so there's that. Oh, by the way, what were you saying about new graphics or something over Judge Simpson?
New graphics are
Are you
blocking
sure-
live pictures of Simpsons stream.
Are
Really?
you sure you weren't watching an old Squishy Gardner video, maybe? Something like that. Unless they changed something, I didn't know it. And yeah, so the Vax thing is very weird at this point, right? Now, I mean, during a while ago, they were offering all sorts of incentives, free tickets to things and money and lotteries.
Lotteries and
You know,
things
but
like
I mean,
that.
that was a different time. But anyways, I think that's weird. They block out a lot of the live video on Judge Simpson showing only the names for anyone not on a case.
Wow.
I haven't seen that yet, I don't think.
Now, when we went over there yesterday, there was a lot of black boxes and
So
only
maybe
had
that's-
the names.
What we're talking about then.
Maybe.
Huh. Okay, maybe that's something new. It's interesting. All right. Jump over to our favorite judge, our favorite newbie.
Mm-hmm.
Are we
He's
ready
got
for
some.
that?
He's got stuff going on.
Oh, nice hair, dude.
Let me unmute this now. I guess we could listen to it.
Is there some court order that regulates visitation and or child support?
Visitation, yes.
By the way, this is about him
I
claiming
pay
the
no child
kid
support. I have a week
on
week off.
taxes, and she's
Uh-huh.
claimed him on taxes at the same time.
Okay.
They're not together.
Are you allowed to split the child tax credit money?
Split the child.
So how this all came about, I claimed her
Keep eye on
2020.
Moto over here.
The money was
Uh-huh.
deposited into her bank account for the child
A
tax
little
credit,
dust.
and I never received any, and she refused to give me any of the money.
So, I mean, so what do? How old is this child?
She will be 2 in June.
So what? How do you do it?
Lotion
One
it
year
up.
you claim her, then the next year, Miss
Yes,
Taylor,
sir.
you claim her. Is that how it goes?
Yes, sir.
Is that right, Miss Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah, but you think you're 2 years in a row.
Oh, a lot of voices in the background.
Okay, is there? So the child was born when?
2020.
So who claimed her in 2020?
I did, sir. She was
And
unemployed.
who claimed her in 2021?
Donna
Start
did.
stretching it,
I
dude.
also did.
The cool people do. Their ears.
He had raced me to it.
What?
Who
IRS.
what?
Raced you?
He
Squeeze you?
had raced me to claim the baby and had told me not to claim her because he had already did.
He had already did.
He had already did Credence. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, smoke him if you got him. Yeah, light him up, baby.
Well,
Jean
you're
jacket
right. You
and
claimed
all.
her 2 years in a row?
She's
Yes,
cool.
sir. So what? She was not employed 2020, so I claimed her. She had no job. 2021,
Okay.
I was supposed to receive the $1,800 in child tax credits. She kept all the $1,800 because I didn't have a bank account. They were deposited in her name. We have been split up almost a year. She kept the child tax credits from the previous year that were supposed to go to me. How it works is you get half the child tax
Then you
credits
flush
throughout
it.
the year and then half at the end of the year. She kept all of the child tax credits that were deposited in my name, which in return this year got my taxes docked for the $1,800 amount.
Can he even rule on this kind of thing? I mean, it seems outside
No,
his reach.
when we had a
Well,
previous.
I tell you what, you know, look,
There you go.
I can't say whether or not I have jurisdiction over this.
There you go.
So what I am going to do is let you guys speak to the mediator. So you can see if you're able to work it out. But
Nice house, Fran.
Beautiful place.
that's what I'm gonna encourage you to do. I mean, you
What are
know,
we spying on Don now?
Oh, who's this?
Looking at him through the closet.
I don't, you know,
A lot of players.
did you guys put together some kind of a written agreement about how this was gonna go?
Like, in other words, can you do this
Or
outside
the-
court with a mediator?
When we had a previous court date.
By the way,
on
Don
all
has
this, I
a
had
kid
brought
at
up
his
the
house,
child
and she has
tax
a kid at
credit.
her house.
The judge is the one that told me to get a hold of IRS. The child tax credits go
we
to
need tax
whoever
credits,
claims
Mike, we
the
can live
money.
on. Jesus,
Wait,
get
whoa,
with it.
what previous court date? In
We had
family
for
court?
custody. Yes, sir.
Not.
I
Well,
brought up
Fran's
about
mediator.
Is a judge, wait a minute, has the
Mediator.
judge talked about how this is supposed to go?
Yes, she said she wasn't supposed to receive the child tax credits because she
Then
didn't.
why
claim it.
are you, wait, hold it. Then why are you not taking this up with family court?
They told me to take it to small claims.
Who told you to?
Who
The
said that?
courts.
What court?
I don't know who the courts are. If there is an order through family court that pertains to how the tax credit is to be handled between the two of you,
She got some thick
then you
fingers.
need to go back to that judge.
Hey, big ones.
Okay.
Meaty.
Big me. Oh, mine.
I do. So when the judge said that it was
Make sure everybody sees my
when we're
tattoo.
doing custody, she said that it was supposed to be week or every other year claiming taxes.
Your Honor, I've got to
And
finish
in the
this
summary,
sleeve with
she didn't
this
write it
earned
down.
income tax
So
credit.
I do want to say
Right.
that on Monday, April 18th, we do have a court date to determine who rightfully gets to claim her for 2021.
Oh, I think about that all
What
the
do we do?
time. I
Right?
know.
Okay, then then that's
You're
where this
so
has
right.
to be settled, not with me.
Hey,
How
Mike.
does it get this far?
Is that true?
You
Mr.
know?
White?
She refused to tell me what the court date was about. I've
Nothing
been
to do with the
messaging her
kids.
for the
All about
last
the money, you know.
2 nights.
Uh-huh.
She refuses any communication when it comes to court or anything. She does not communicate anything with me. And I have
So,
proof right here.
whoa, excuse me. She has to give you, who asked for the hearing?
I asked for this hearing.
Oh,
She
I'm
asked
not
for-
talking about today. I'm talking about who asked for the hearing in family court.
I did.
Who
And
filed a petition?
I did.
Did you
and
serve him with the petition?
I
Sheep,
did.
sheep.
It was sent out this week.
Did she serve you with a petition, Mr. White?
I just received the petition yesterday.
Okay, all right, well, there you go. That should answer your question.
Well, it never said on the court papers what it was over, what the case was over. So I was just trying to touch base to figure out what we were going back to court about.
Maybe you should talk to your attorney about that.
Okay.
How you respond. I'm dismissing this without prejudice. Family court has jurisdiction.
Go see a mediator, you two.
Oh, I'd hate to be Fran right now. You see Fran slowly pull out a pistola. Camera goes black. Pew-pews are heard. Poor Fran. They don't pay her enough money. Fran is only 32 years old. You see what this job's done to her?
Yeah, she lives in a nice house, though.
She does got money. She got that mediator money.
All right.
I've seen a few people there at that house before.
She has a lot of company creed. Stacks on stacks.
You guys can disconnect.
Yeah, he dismissed it. Go away.
So I need to see Elizabeth Prescott Laskin,
Oh,
the
dude,
Pruitt Laskin
is that the smoker?
versus
Oh, maybe it was.
Charlotte McCann, Building Strong Women.
Versing building strong women.
I
What?
think the plaintiff is the person in the meeting on the Moto Z4 who I've not been able to get to identify herself, and now I can't get her to turn her video on.
That's her, the smoker, and Nivea lotion.
She's been there the entire day, by the way.
The defendant is not appearing today.
Well, that's because she just smoked a cigarette. Now she's on to smoking a blunt.
Yeah. See that old man that came in there? Now she's smoking something else.
The plaintiff here?
Watch Fran trying to choke herself.
While
You
we
said
wait
that
for-
You think that's the person on this phone that's unidentified, so I can't.
Yes, sir. So. maybe
Oh, there she
I'll-
is. She's back.
Maybe the screen, I don't know what to do. I've been chatting, I've turned her video on and off. Now her video's back on. She's making notes. I don't think she can hear us.
She's not making notes.
Elizabeth Pruitt Laskin.
She's writing in her
She
diary.
was eating a salad before.
And smoking. I've seen the video up in the real times because I cannot
She
get
was
her-
Oh,
eating
that
a
salad was
salad.
good though. It was balsamic vinaigrette dressing.
She's been eating a number of things besides the salad.
Oh my God.
Elizabeth Pruitt Laskin. Can you hear me?
Judge,
I
don't
take it as a
believe
no.
her audio is working properly at all. While you were off the bench earlier, I was trying to get her attention audibly.
She's working on her
She did not
salad
respond.
list.
Oh.
She's gonna make
Chatted
another
with her,
salad.
She did not respond.
That was funny. Oh, he's making a sign. Look, he's miking up a sign right now. Look at.
He's like, "Hey, you, get into my car." Who, me? Yes, you.
Oh, this is a long one. Look at it. You can hear the marker squeaking.
Have any other suggestions?
Yo, talk to us. You in court.
I like a nice cigarette after. I'm the picture of health.
Steve,
I
today's
eat
salad
salads.
day, apparently, not barbecue day.
I eat salads. Oh, he did it!
Yes, you do it.
Oh, that's so
Bravo!
great.
Bravo!
This court never, ever fails.
Okay, can you
No.
hear me?
What's it? She's writing one back. She's writing one back.
Oh, she is. So just pass it.
can't
I
see what
did.
it says. I can't read what she's saying.
She says she did.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You hear the words coming out of my mouth.
She can't even see that you're speaking because you're wearing a mask, sir.
She's writing a note.
She
I
can't
tell
even
you
see
what,
that
I'm
she's
gonna let
speaking 'cause
you.
you're wearing a mask.
I'm not able to help her. I've tried numerous times.
Just kick her, then she has to come back in.
Letting me something doesn't help because I've not been on that side of a Zoom meeting, Judge. I don't know what to tell her to look for.
In the training, they didn't show you what their screens look like.
No.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you
And that
for
was
having me here
2.5
today.
years ago now.
She's gonna do all her
How about a year?
her whole case like
Well,
this.
Whatever it's been, I don't, if they did try to show us that, I don't have anything to.
Wow.
I am not the
Oh
ethics
my
expert.
goodness.
Holy crap. Okay.
I need a continuation.
Hang on, let me
I'm
see if I can
She
go.
needs.
She's doing this on
she's moving
purpose.
Too much, something about damage to her hands, she can't type. She says she needs a continuation.
she can't type because she has damage to her hands. She wrote up a storm.
She's the one who was supposed to be picking
What's
up the
easier?
property, right?
One
Yeah.
finger, baby. One
I
finger.
think we're almost
She
done.
stopped holding that note up, Judge, you're not,
These two in the courtroom. I
We'll
just
adjourn it.
is there a phone number in the file?
will adjourn it.
I'm sure there must be.
Do whatever she wants. I'm just tired of her.
I think that's a pro move on her part.
Kind of is.
Before we leave,
They're always frustrated. And Vicky, she's actually being really nice today.
Oh, I've seen her just blow them out.
I will try to. I have a lot yet to do this afternoon.
She said, well, this guy's a jerk.
be right back.
This is amazing.
Her note said, I would like a continuance because I have nerve damage in my hands and I can't type.
She's writing more. What's it? Oh,
Please
hey,
call-
there it is. 810. That's her phone number.
Her phone
She's
number's
put
up
her
there.
phone number. Jesus Christ, lady.
Hi,
Eh, Everybody
so
call her.
what type of device is the Moto Z4 that you have the audio or the video on? So you have two different phones?
I got
Did Judge just go out for a smoke?
Yeah.
Where did he go?
Okay, well, with the phone that's in your hand.
He's
use the
pounding a
instructions
Salem
dial
and
in
grabbing a Diet Dew.
to Zoom. It's the last set of instructions on the
I was
sheet.
thinking cool with a K.
It tells you to dial a phone number and then enter the meeting number.
Wait a minute, she can hear.
Because she called her on that phone.
Oh,
She said, call me. Her phone rang
Yep.
as soon as she put that call thing
I
up.
understand that, but you had the same Moto Z4 with the video was connected twice before.
I started to say Moto Z4.
Yes.
no. Rebecca, really?
You're welcome.
I didn't notice that. I want to go back now and see. I hear moving.
Look at that water she's got.
Nah, she's talking.
Now she's talking. Yeah.
Yeah, that is not spring water. I'm not going to say a word. Let her have her purified water.
Oh, here he comes. Here
Oh,
comes
he's
the
back.
judge. Here
Well,
comes
you
the
got it.
judge. He got his phone. He's like,
Dial
what
in
you
on
doing?
another phone, just audio.
Okay, what else is ready?
There is nothing else.
Oh, she's working. She's working with her, but he's done. He said, "We're adjourning this. I'm going to have a cool."
I don't understand.
Have you seen those
No, I know.
think
I thought it was.
Pepsi Nitros? I think they're called.
Yeah, it almost looks like coffee or a draft beer when you pour it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks
okay.
weird.
Oh,
Hello? Who's there?
Wait a second. Why did we hear her when that's not in the meeting now? And
Say something,
you know,
honey buns.
we just heard her.
Yeah, I heard something, sweet cheeks.
Oh, Jay, it's going to be a
she
pretty
was in the
good one, I
meeting room
think.
And then it disconnected.
I'm about ready to too.
We'll have to
This is
bring her
getting
in.
good.
Very, very close.
This is
Okay,
good.
well, just give her
Carrie, thank you. I appreciate
a-
you.
I don't have time for-
Love late fees.
Late
I know they're a
fees are
bit
the
expensive,
best.
but it's the best we can do.
you give this
Late fees are
because-
keeping the lights on around here.
What?
Yeah, delay
It looks
matters,
weird.
I don't think we have any. Okay, that are over 90 days.
Hello.
And that needs to go to Judge Odette or Crystal.
What kind of cup is that he's got?
Okay?
It's a red and white.
Either a pizza place or a KFC cup?
Yeah, it's like a
Actually, you know
KFC.
what?
I think
I think
That's
maybe it
the
ought to go on.
head
Monday
right there on the cup.
Because, well,
Go what? On
just,
Monday?
no, I'm gonna, go ahead and give that to Odette or Crystal. I don't think we have any delay in matters and you tell her that. I went there,
Judge,
but
We're still on the record, so hold on just a moment, please. I guess you need to write her a note and let her know you're
Hold on,
adjourning it.
please.
I don't have another way to
think it
communicate
is a
with her at
KFC.
this point, unless you want me to call her back and put her on speakerphone.
call her and put her on speaker.
Hello, Delcy.
Hey. Why can't we why can't she talk, do the audio through the one phone,
Yeah,
and we'll use this as her camera?
yeah,
We've
seen
done
that.
it before.
Yeah.
In other courtrooms, it's admissible, it's allowable. Let's do that.
What a mess. Oh, this guy is just.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with you and the connection through Zoom. Because you're talking on the phone, yes, but not through the Zoom.
That's what I'm talking about. With the Zoom, I can't hear anything. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, look, let's see if we can get this done. I called this case a little while ago, so you were supposed to pick up this property.
Oh, BRB.
We were here on February 22nd. You picked up the property. You said you hadn't gone through everything. Defendant was going to file a counterclaim. Well, the defendant isn't here today, and I don't think the defendant filed a counterclaim, right? Did the defendant file a counterclaim to your lawsuit?
No, she did not, but I had to go through all the art supplies.
Listen, ma'am, hold it. Why haven't you gone through this stuff from February 22nd to now? That's almost 2 months ago.
Look, sir, I'm very sick. I have nerve damage. I can't type. Look at my hands, they shake.
That has nothing to do with, that is not, ma'am. You have had, listen. How many days is it from February 22nd to now?
Oh boy. She'd have been better off just hanging up earlier. Oh, the judge is mad. Damn, he's mad.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
You said from February 22nd.
He's mad. He's doing Mikey math though.
You've had 49 days.
Good to see you, Lenny.
49 days.
Yes, my husband works. I have no transportation. And I went to the library a couple of times to type this stuff down.
What does that have to do with you? Wait a minute. What is that? You were just supposed to go through, the stuff that you picked up to make sure it was all there. That was all you were supposed to do.
Yeah, and it took more than one day. I had to spend a half day moving the stuff in the house back over here from her house. And I have 1,000 different.
How many days did I say?
There's all kinds of stuff. I have a whole bunch of art supplies missing and a prescription medicine missing.
Ma'am, I'm not adjourning it again.
Okay.
Because 49 days, how many boxes were there?
There were several boxes. I've got.
How many? How many?
I don't know. Yeah, I've been running business on the vineyard. You're right. It's a 4x8 foot trailer with an SUV with it, and all my stuff in it.
Ma'am, I'm not going to just keep this going. I think that,
she's ready to
I
fight.
adjourned it to give you time to go through to make sure you had everything. So if this was,
24 hours to go through everything, Your Honor.
ma'am, you got this, didn't you picked the stuff up on February 21st?
That is correct, and I had to go to court the next day with y'all.
I'm talking about from then to now. You've had 49 days to go through your stuff.
I don't drive.
What does driving have to do? Isn't the stuff at your house?
Because I can't drive. My laptop is dead broke.
What does your laptop have to do with you going through to see if you got everything?
What?
I don't have everything, so I'm trying to tell you, and you won't let me speak.
Oh my God.
Okay, you go ahead and say what you need to say.
Okay, I got the missing items. I got those sides out. Somebody had to help me with at the library, and my prescription medication. I tried it, and I just got this done Saturday.
Missing stuff.
And
That's
then
it?
I had to drop me off at the library.
Okay. Go on. Look at the judge. He's being a pisser, and I love it.
Did you provide that to the court?
Yes,
No. When? When did you file it
I
here?
emailed it to you.
Did she?
I have not gotten that, Judge. I have no idea.
What email address did you
I
send?
didn't think you either.
What email address did you send it?
I got it right here, Judge.
Second.
Your honors. I hope she's wearing pants. I mean, yeah. Oh, what does that say on the back there? There's a bunch of chicken scratch. I need a continuation. I'm not. Oh my God.
I mean, it's easy to look up if
You
she
know, man,
ever.
I don't
the
understand
email.
why you can come up with a list of missing items, but you can't tell me how many boxes of items there are.
How many?
So you have to go through each and every container of different types of coloring pencils. I have a whole bunch of different sets. That
Coloring
work
pencils.
from the art supplies. I've got multiple different types of coloring pencils. As I'm telling you, I've got over 1,000 different types of coloring pencils. I've got Blick. I've got Prismacolor. I've got Carbonash.
I'm not talking about what's inside of the boxes. You went over there and picked up boxes, and you're
Your
sitting
hands
there
are
telling
messed
me,
up. You can't
I
do
have
any
no idea how many boxes I have. I have
coloring
no
anyways.
idea how many boxes I have. That's what you
I
said.
have several boxes.
Well, how many?
And they all occupy a 4x8 foot trailer and the whole entire inside.
That's not answering the question. That's not even coming close to answering the question. How many?
Lord, is that 20? I don't know.
But yet you know what's missing out of them when you can't even give me an estimate as to how many.
No, but I can tell you, I got $486.12 in art supplies missing and $56.66 inhaler missing. That comes to $536.78.
Is this real life?
We're gonna. So I stealing
I got
inhaler
60
medicine.
pencils that's missing itemized in this thing here.
That you haven't filed with the court.
I sent it to you.
Okay, all right. You were gonna look to see.
And I do not have her email address. I must have misunderstood it when we were in court the first time.
Man, we were in court on more than one occasion, weren't we?
Yes, sir.
We were here on the 15th of February. Then we were here on the 22nd of February, and here we are again.
$56 of inhalers.
This is unreal.
Your Honor, I have nerve damage in his hand. Look
Did
how
you
shaky.
provide
He's not a speaker.
this list to Charlotte McCann?
When she gave us the email on her first court hearing, obviously I must have misunderstood her because I did not have a correct email. So if you could give that to me, please, I'd be glad to send it to her and I'll mail it to you because I'm having problems emailing stuff to you as well.
Your Honor, colored pencils are missing.
I was mailing to you. I'm not going to email anymore.
Then you've got her address.
Pardon me?
Then you have her address.
Yes, I do, but I was trying to email the stuff this weekend, Your Honor. I just got this done Saturday. If I sent it to you in the mail Saturday, neither one of you'd have it today.
And I still don't have it.
You can send an email on a Saturday, honey. It's not going through
Oh no,
Pony Express.
no, her Saturdays are very full with lots of fun activities. She busy. God
Your
almighty.
Honor, these pictures ain't gonna color themselves.
And whoever said that this room used to be white, you had me cracking up while I was out on the porch, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Because it's so true.
you're just smoking it up in there.
Quote of the day though was the lady that's in court that's always in a bad mood. Also, it says, "Your Honor, she can't see what you're saying because you're wearing a mask."
That was pretty good. That was good.
And him getting out the calculator to figure out exactly how many days was
I have a
just
young lady at the library that works there to type this out for me.
that poor lady at the library.
That poor lady
This is
at the library.
This is unreal.
And she's doing that.
I understand his frustration. I mean, he's already in a crotchety mood as it is.
Her hands season up, Creed, right now as we speak.
Oh, she's having some issues right now. What is she doing? Oh, was she playing? Oh no!
Oh, this is good.
She is just putting on a show now at this point.
She would stand up for her hand.
Yeah, I guess
she had no problem rubbing lotion all over that hand earlier,
and smoking a cigarette. Apparently eating a salad. Let's not forget that. She ate a whole salad with balsamic vinegar.
No,
All right. I'm going to
nonstop
adjourn this
writing.
to May 10th, 2022 at 9
There's the
a.m.
bad handwriting.
Is it May 12th, Your Honor?
No, I said May 10th.
May 10th, I'm sorry.
You have until April 20th at 5 p.m. to provide a list of these so-called missing items. And I'm putting that in quotes, missing items. 'Cause that's how you've described
Air
them.
quotes.
To the court and to the defendant. You've got to do that by April 20th. You got a week.
I was thinking Jordan.
Yep. If you don't do that, then I can't help you.
Okay, so I have to go April 20th to get the paperwork to you. We're going to have court on May the 10th. Is that correct?
And to the defendant. You got to get that paper to her as well.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be the end of it. If you can't do it in that time, then too bad.
Look how she's having no
50 days
problems
is
with her
enough time.
hand.
And I'm not going to, and I'm not going to let it, it's not going, it better be time. Because if it comes in on April 21st, I'm not accepting. Telling you. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very well.
Hope she doesn't say anything really bad before she hangs up.
That'd be great if she did.
You can disconnect. We'll send you a notice. What else? Anything?
Anybody jot that time down so we can make sure to not miss her?
Wow.
Oh, wouldn't it be funny to see her just get up and just jog away like nothing happened, It's hashtag hate you.
Oh, she's back.
Happy Easter.
Yep, same to you, thanks.
He's had enough. He's out of here. Look at it. He's grabbing all. Yeah, he's done.
I'm
He's
done.
He is gone. I'm out of here. F you.
Done
Oh.
with this. Wow.
May 10th, 9 a.m. One of you guys got to remember to remind us. We'll jump out at 9 a.m. to see her. I guarantee you none of that info is going to get there.
Oh, there's no way, right?
Good Lord. Listen, we got something pretty heavy happening over here. This is the second person that has been on the
stand.
On the stand. Let's just dip in real quick, just see what's happening over at 3B. Preliminary examination. Judge's hair's a little messed up.
Sergeant Dahl told him that he was going to detain him. That's when he fled.
What happened? What did you do next?
I got in my car because I don't run like I used to. And then as Sergeant Dahl was chasing my foot, I kind of went along parallel to him and we tried to cut through a backyard. I pulled right alongside of him. He then switched directions and got behind my vehicle, at which time Sergeant Dahl caught up with him.
What happened after Sergeant Dahl caught up with him?
We told him several times to lay flat on he was on the front porch at the time, he refused to do so, so I grabbed a hold of him, pushed him down. We then handcuffed him, and then Sergeant Dahl wanted to go back, backtrack to make sure nothing was lost on the way. And I pulled my taser out, and I told him under no circumstances he's gonna run. He does what I tell him, and that's gonna be it. He complied.
All right.
We got in the backseat
Of your car?
Yes, sir, we put him in my car.
Did you have
a
any
lot.
interaction with him after that?
I did. We went back and I checked him a couple times because I heard a taser deployment. I wasn't sure if it was a taser deployment or a gunshot, but I do recall handcuffing him, seeing a taser barb in his pant leg. And I wanted to make sure he didn't move around and actually jab it into his skin. So I got him out a couple times and patted him down. I finally found that taser barb and I turned it over to Sergeant Dahl.
All right. And were you involved in questioning the defendant at all or talking to him after this?
I just talked to him briefly, like I couldn't understand why he took off running.
Did he say anything to you about that?
Yes, because we tried to use Google one time, the Google Drive thing, and it was an absolute nightmare. I mean, a nightmare. It was so bad. It was right.
Yeah, it went bad.
Am I right? For all of us,
Where's that
it was,
alley? Oh, alley, okay.
it's not good.
So you indicated that when you got to the scene, Officer Dahl was already out of his vehicle having a conversation with the defendant, correct?
Yes,
Okay, and so then you approached them at that time?
yes.
Okay. At that time, did you have an active mic that would pick up any of those conversations?
As I recall, I checked my mic, it wasn't working, so I went back to my vehicle and resynced it, and then it started working. So I don't know at what point in the conversation it actually started working.
Okay.
Also, you got a little missing
Did you
time there.
preserve that
Oh.
audio?
Yes,
This is a way more serious than typically what we see over here.
See, Flusha, that's what's important. Glad you understand.
Creed's gonna step out and make a call to circle.
And you testified that that Sergeant Dahl is the one that had the conversations with the defendant with regard to
What up,
consent
Dahl?
to search. Is that
Yes.
correct?
yes, you did.
Not used to such serious stuff
Did you
happening in this
testify
courtroom.
That he asked for consent to search the vehicle,
Yes.
correct? Okay. Did he also ask for consent to search the defendant's person?
I believe he did.
When do you believe that consent to search the person and then the consent to search the vehicle? When was that? When were those questions asked?
Before he searched the vehicle. I'm not
Okay.
really sure what relationship you're looking for here.
Okay. Was it after he exited the vehicle?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you recall if he inquired of consent at the same time as to the person and vehicle?
I don't recall.
Are they talking about a purse?
Guessing. A little confusion, but I'm sure we'll figure it out here momentarily.
Yeah.
Do you recall
I,
if
spot check. That's kind of crazy.
Mike was working at that time?
And then he said, then I found the taser.
That we just discussed with regard to the request for consent.
It depends on when it would have happened in the conversation, so I don't know.
I can see that. In the snow in Michigan, even.
Just Milton being so quiet.
Yeah, I mean, this is again, you don't
But would you
see
agree
this
that
very
the
often at
search
3B.
of the defendant's person was prior to the search of the vehicle?
I do not recall.
Oh, there was one dude that was sitting in that chair right there, leaned back like you wouldn't believe. Remember that guy that came in at the end of the day and wasted his time? You remember that dude got up and kind of huffed and puffed on the way out?
Okay. And with regard to audio, what about video? Do you have any video on your vehicle that would have been preserved?
Yes, I did preserve it.
Okay.
Jody, we jumped in on this. I'm not sure, kind of piecing it together at the moment. Well, he loves music. Let me tell you that, Lynn. He talks a lot of music.
The same with the audio, is that correct?
It's on the same CD.
Okay. Okay, I have no further questions. Thank you.
Nothing further.
That
No follow-up question.
that makes sense because they're asking about the purse and how that was
Thank
searched.
you for being here. Yes, sir. Always kind of funny to see you in a blue uniform. But it's nice to see you. I say that every time I see you. Maybe I'll get used to it.
Buddies.
Is he free to go on about his business?
Listen, small town. You know that.
Anything further?
They're gonna split they're splitting a meatball sub later.
Yes.
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Yes. Where's that one?
With balsamic vinaigrette.
Your Honor, I would ask you to bind over on all the counts that are in the current complaint, as well as an added count of felony firearm, which would attach to the possession of a firearm by a felon. As far as the counts go, carrying a concealed weapon, we have the testimony from Sergeant Dahl about the traffic stop, the search of the vehicle after consent was given, and him discovering that weapon in the vehicle. We have the exhibit that's introduced showing that the defendant is a felon, as well as his admissions that he's a felon. And again, the firearm and ammunition were found in the vehicle. He responded after the weapon was found by running away from officers. Sergeant Dahl was giving him commands. He pulled away from Dave Ali, which would be the R&O counts. So given the testimony that the court has heard today,
I could see that.
Find the case over on those 6 counts.
All right, that's some good time.
Mr. Robert keeps being nuts. Now I feel inappropriate remaining seated.
I think we're supposed to, right?
And I
Well,
apologize. I was just,
We've been more flexible during COVID and with the now other cameras, but historically,
yes.
that Javs camera was triggered by your voices, and that's what Laura is seeing. But in light of what's been going on recently, we've been a lot less formal. But historically, you did stand up and speak at the podium.
Yeah, and I apologize to the court for not. I was actually just upstairs in probate.
I was wondering that too. Yeah, she can get up the question.
Tall people like Mr. McDonough and Mr. Fisher block the camera with the back of their head, but I'm looking at a different screen than what Laura's looking at. I'm looking at the Zoom screen.
Okay. Well, Your Honor, I believe the testimony here today has not demonstrated that there is any knowledge on part of my client there was any even weapon in the vehicle. There's no demonstrated evidence that he had the ability to even pull back and open a hatch while he was operating the vehicle, even while it was stopped. The officer did not, in his testimony, change the position of the seat in any way to see if, in fact, my client would have been able to access that compartment at the different, heights.
Bought the car with all that
where
in there.
that seat could have been
Didn't even know it was
reclined.
there.
He doesn't even know when the seat was reclined. All he knows is there was a vehicle my client was in, and that a weapon that was hidden from view
So nice of them to put rocking chairs in
was
there.
found.
I know.
It's like a Cracker Barrel.
So there's nothing that would indicate my client had knowledge of the vehicle or of the weapon being in the vehicle, no statements. My client would also indicate that he did not give the consent. We will be filing a motion.
I'm gonna object. That
Yeah,
wasn't,
that wasn't raised, so you can file a motion in circuit.
In
court.
circuit.
Yeah, that one's too high profile. We're
We
get
ran
a channel
prelim.
taken down probably the minute
We
you go
wanted
to
to hear
that.
what the testimony would be. We would just ask that you take into consideration.
Heard it's a
that
great
there is a
case.
lot of missing evidence and information with regard to linking my client to the weapons charges, and not bind over on those.
No.
Thank you.
All right, first charge I'm struggling with is the carry concealed weapon charge. As a general rule. it is
Yeah, I saw in
not a
Brooklyn,
violation
that's
of law to have a
awful.
rifle in your
Terrible.
trunk. The carry concealed weapon, well, what this is charged under is 750-227. Which says,
Now, news anchors, by the way, Vinny, listen,
section 2.
they're used to reading teleprompters, not off the cuff, not talking to people, not any of that, having conversation. And you take that away and they just,
It's kind of hard for them to do.
In a vehicle owned or operated by a person except in his dwelling house. So this is charged under 750-227. All right.
227,
now that
Jackie.
second section has to do with a pistol. The first
there you
section
go.
has to do with a stabbing instrument or other dangerous weapon. A person shall not carry a dagger, dirk, stiletto, a double-edged non-folding stabbing instrument of any depth, or any other dangerous weapon except a hunting knife, adapted and carried.
Yeah,
as
trust me,
such
listen, the feeds that are coming out of those are highly protected. So they just didn't, I
concealed
just didn't get
otherwise
caught.
in any
That's all.
vehicle owner occupied by the person.
I'm telling you, they're, that's the thing.
Dangerous weapon instruction
Like any of the stuff that makes it to court TV, if you will.
carries a number of things.
It'd be the same thing as
Defendant is charged with carrying a concealed weapon.
watching
Prove this
sports and
charge,
stuff. You know what I mean?
prosecutor
Until you
must
get caught.
prove each element here beyond a preponderance. That the defendant may knowingly carry a dirk, stiletto, double-edged, non-folding stabbing knife, or dangerous stabbing weapon. Doesn't matter whether the defendant was carrying the weapon. Second, if the weapon
Always.
is concealed, complete invisibility is not required. The weapon is concealed if it cannot be easily seen by those who come into ordinary contact with the defendant. First, dirk, dagger, stiletto, double-edged, non-folding instrument. Second, the instrument was an item within a vehicle that the defendant was in.
So it was
Third, the
a knife.
defendant knew the instrument or item was in the vehicle, and the defendant took part in carrying and keeping the instrument in the vehicle.
It's a tough one trying to prove that somebody knows if something's in a vehicle or
The
not.
first part has to do with pistols, the second part has to do with knives.
Your Honor,
Yes,
so the statute defines pistol.
all right, let's look at that.
So the definition I have is a loaded or
Uh,
unloaded.
What section are you at?
So it's MCL 750-2222 or the criminal jury instruction.
750-222.
Yes, Lynn. Roger called the Chamber of Commerce. We are hopefully it's on a Monday.
They're at the ribbon cutting.
So hopefully, I want to be there for opening day. Yeah, when they cut the ribbon, seriously, that'd be great.
Any loaded or unloaded firearm that is 30 inches or less in length.
Do we have any testimony that this was 30 inches or less in length?
Right? Yeah, there is. That's you're
No, I didn't take that
in
testimony.
control.
But I didn't know that element would be in dispute.
Well, as I said, you can carry a rifle in your trunk without being unlawful or violating the CCW statute.
My understanding was that I was a hunting exception. I thought
Sure do.
I thought I
Some
made it clear.
authority. I'm struggling with this.
Roger's been sending me pictures of them building it for 2 years now.
There's no indication it was unlawful, even though it had 100 magazine room on it.
Thank
So
you.
it's a rifle. There's no testimony that this is a pistol. I don't know how long this gun is. So that's my first struggle.
Oh, it's gonna be very busy. I want to go for opening day though.
The testimony would be that Prandtl testified that it was missing its butt stock, making it an easily concealable firearm. So that testimony, I would argue, goes to the point of that it was a pistol.
There were some good ones, and sometimes they put them right on the roof too.
Face to get there. Now, there is a further definition of dangerous weapon. But as I said, as a rule, it's not a felony to carry.
So
a
he
rifle.
modified the
Yeah.
There is
So
another definition.
I kind of see where they're coming from because it's a rifle, but it's modified to make it be concealed.
A dangerous weapon is any object that is used in any way that is likely to cause serious physical injury or death. Some objects, such as guns or bombs, are dangerous weapons because they're specific
Your Honor.
to be dangerous.
Yeah, and boom booms, pew pews, boom booms,
This
please.
instruction is
Thank you, Your
should
Honor.
be used when the charge is carrying concealed weapon with unlawful intent. That's not the charge. This is simply carrying concealed weapon.
I was gonna hunt deer with this rifle.
Know is less than 26 inches.
If you don't see you coming with it, it's a lot easier to get them, Your Honor.
Statute for this. It might fit some other.
Then concealed it, in the car, not in the trunk, in the car.
So then we're left with the next two counts.
Heaven,
Firearm.
Venster.
This is a firearm under any definition.
Mm-hmm.
And we know from the certified copy that the defendant is a felon.
Wait, as a felon, can you still have a rifle in the back of your trunk, though?
What is possession?
I wouldn't think so.
No. Firearm's a firearm.
In the defendant's vehicle, the vehicle's got tinted windows.
Bucky's, Doug, Bucky's.
Defendant's driving
Beaver Nuggets.
They're so good.
care and caution northbound on Kalamazoo Street. Which turns into Constantine Road. And blows
Thanks.
through us. red light in front of a deputy in a
What?
fully marked car.
That's what you don't do when you don't drive like an idiot.
Doesn't immediately pull over. He pulls a few blocks up and pulls into a parking lot at an apartment complex there in the village. The car has very tinted windows. I think it's
Shocker.
more likely that he leaned the seat all the way back and put the gun in the trunk. No one drives their car with the seat reclined all the way into the rear position.
Yeah, they do, but yeah.
I've seen that.
Oh yeah, they're sitting in the back seat.
Another one.
I think the inference is the seat was reclined after the car stopped. The car is the defendant's. The defendant was driving.
A little more
He was the only person in it.
Caramel.
So good.
Fortunately, the
Little
gun,
vanilla.
you don't have to
Kind of a
raise
syrupy taste.
rifles like you do pistols.
Yes, like maple
Has
syrup.
not been preserved for fingerprints. Although I would think that a bunch of it could be printed, including the bullets in the drum.
Yeah,
Somebody had to put each one of
I
them.
figured as much, but you got to think it might be a little bit easier if there was just a straight up hunting rifle in the back of the trunk. I mean, I know it's still illegal,
By the
but
fact that it's got a 100-round magazine and a round in the chamber and a black stocking cap mask adjacent to it.
I knew a guy with a trunk that was just filled with shit and loaded guns just rattling around while you're driving around in the car. Seriously, just bouncing around. And
Dealing with. There's some video.
It's fine. It's fine.
Some audios that haven't been heard, perhaps some pictures that need to be viewed.
I doubt
But
it.
from a probable cause standard, I find that the defendant was in possession of this firearm. The firearm had ammunition in it, and I guess that's subject to the same charge.
I'm going to jail.
Resisting and obstructing the police officers, the defendant, this one's the clearest of the bunch, ran from the officers, and ran out of his jacket. They tried to tase him. He got up on somebody's porch, and they arrested him. There's certainly probable cause that the defendant resisted Officer Dahl and Officer Ali while they were in full uniform. The next question becomes felony firearm. Resisting and obstructing a police officer is a felony. But the defendant was not in possession of the firearm at the time he was running from the officers.
I asked for it to attach to count 2.
All right. It doesn't attach to count 1.
I see him driving with his feet.
You can't attach a felony firearm to carrying a concealed weapon. Why, I don't know, but you can't.
Boom, boom.
I don't know
Because
whether you
if you're
can
in the back
attach
of the
it
car, you can see it.
possession of a firearm by a felon.
I can answer that. You can.
All right.
I can cite it. Just give me a second. I had it pulled up just a minute ago.
She's talking to him right now, going, "You're effed, buddy." Just sorry.
There seems to be really no evidence to back up anything she's saying.
Wow.
It's all like just piling on more and more. By the way, while they're looking up the statute,
So it's
I like
Okay.
the video.
the name of the case.
Okay.
Mish 448 2003 case, because felon possession charge is not one of the explicitly enumerated exceptions to the felony firearm statute. Legislature clearly intended to permit be charged with felon in possession to also be charged with felony firearm.
Josh, that's very helpful. I should know that, but I haven't.
Well,
2003 case.
man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Okay. All right. I grant the prosecution's motions to bind on count 2, possession of a firearm by a felon. Count 3, possession of ammunition by a felon.
Go!
Count 4, resisting obstructing a police officer.
Go!
5, resisting obstructing a police officer.
Go!
And which, since I'm not binding on count 1, everything would shift, but I will allow the prosecution to add possession of firearm during the commission.
What, Doug? Those really cool motorcycle car things? You mean?
Yeah. Why not, man?
Prosecution certainly can take steps to have this gun checked for prints. I'm not sure about DNA, but something like this probably would have fingerprints on it.
Yes, I did.
$500 worth of art supplies. How many boxes?
The defendant was on probation on a firearm charge. He has posted a $20,000 bond. I'm a little surprised that his PO let him out, but I don't know what the status of that is. But he's posted his bond. He's been here for every hearing. He hasn't missed anything.
Well, that goes a long way.
In this case, maybe.
And he's dressed nice. I mean,
Circuit court.
oh, he's in a hoodie.
Motion to suppress.
Sponsored by Nike.
About the defendant's knowledge of whether the gun was there or not, but that's a different standard than our probable cause standard. Mr. Miles, you're already under a probation condition. Not to possess any firearms. I believe the bond in this case also indicates you're not to possess any firearms. Do you still work at Heartland? All right, well, your bond says you can't leave the state of Michigan.
The magistrate said he was.
All right, I'm gonna allow you to go to Indiana for purposes of your employment. You haven't absconded, you've been for every hearing, but theoretically, maybe the magistrate did.
He mentioned it in the.
All right, then maybe you already took care of it, but I'll address it again. You are
It's a
allowed.
misunderstanding, Your Honor.
For purposes of employment, you can't go anywhere else, any other state, but you can go to Indiana for work. Mr. O'Bear,
You
anything?
gotta go to Indiana to work?
It's right there at the border.
Okay.
That's why there's so many cases where they talk about like Kalamazoo and then into Indiana. Well, that is that. So the dude gets to stay up for now.
For now. Oh, man.
Yeah, she didn't have much of a case.
She's
They're
grasping
admitting
at
it.
straws, yeah. Grasping at straws.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised didn't get locked up and taken right in there. God bless.
We'll give this back to them. We'll scan
What do we
it.
got happening over here?
He's
Oh,
the only mother that child has and the only family that
First
that child knows. Dan, there's not going to be any judge on this planet that's going to be willing to allow you to interact and form that child by forming the people that care
Jared
about
looking
that
square as ever.
child cares about. I'm not asking for you to give me a statement. I'm just making a statement for you, and hopefully it will sink in.
Wow,
Again, your
steaming
total
hot.
bond amount is going to be $10,000. You will be able to make that cash surety or property, or going through a bonding company if you would like to. I am going to again order that you have absolutely no contact with anyone that's involved in this particular case. I'm also going to put you on pretrial services intervention or pretrial services monitoring. You're going to have to report to pretrial services once you get out of jail. They're going to make sure that you're not having any contact with any of the parties that are involved in this case. Should they talk to them and they find out that you're harassing them, or you've driven by the house, or you've told someone to tell them something, or you posted a gun on your Instagram page, you're going to go back to jail and you're not going to get out of jail. Do you
Nothing on
understand?
that stuff. Nothing.
Your Honor, how soon would you like him to report to pretrial services?
He's going to need a report within 24 hours of release to the pretrial services, and that will be part of the bond conditions. If you'll give me one moment, I will add all of this to the bond conditions.
There's a lot of work to get those
There'll
dash
be no
cams.
other conditions of bond other than just the no contact with those victims. And again, give me one moment.
Nicholas over here is his face seems like you take it and you can just like stretch it out to however far you want it to go. Yeah, Jared has that look about him. He's got that can I trust this weirdo? Yeah, we've missed a bunch of first appearances already. These are in Georgia. These are people just coming before the judge. Every day they have to do this. Get everybody.
All of the
first
special
appearance.
conditions should be saved into the bond. Give me one moment to sign it. And is his signature already on the bond conditions? Perfect. Thank you. My signature is on the special conditions of bond and on the bond order. So thank you, Mr. Johnson. That concludes your case. Okay, the next person that I have is Mr. Garion Lucas.
He's raising his hand. That's me, Yana. Come on
So
up,
good
sir.
afternoon, Mr. Lucas. You're here before the court on case DEC 22-00919, one count of theft by conversion. The police are, well, I'm not going to get into allegations. Your attorney has already read through them with you, so they have waived the formal reading of the allegations into the record. I'm now going to hear from your attorney so I can determine what I'll do on bond. Counsel, you can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Lucas is 52 years old. He does have strong ties to Georgia. He's a lifelong Georgia resident. All of his
Go
family,
Bulldogs.
friends, and his life are all in the state, Your Honor. He's absolutely not a flight risk. Mr. Lucas is also married, and he has been for 20 years now. He also
Congrats.
has two children. They're 19-year-old twins. Mr. Lucas is gainfully and consistently employed. He's currently working for Hydromax USA. This is a job where his role is inspecting sewer lines. He's held this job for 20 years, actually.
It's a shitty job.
So as I
Somebody's got to
mentioned,
do it.
he's very consistently employed. He's also a high school graduate of a school out of Atlanta. As far as criminal history, Your Honor, we do admit that he has some. However, I'm not seeing any new convictions in the last 8 years. His history is also overwhelmingly nonviolent. So my position is that he's neither a danger to the community nor a risk to reoffend. I do want to just briefly address these allegations.
Theft by conversion. What the hell is that?
According to my client, if we look at the warrant, he was asked to bring the car back on April 9th, but he did not do that because he had been drinking and didn't want to drive that night. I have been in touch with Mr. Lucas's father, who's the alleged victim in this case.
Oh, so
Mr. Lucas said the vehicle in question here was returned to him on April 10th, so he is in possession of it now. Your Honor, when my client was arrested, he was at his father's home. That's where he stays. His father told him the police were on the way, and he made no attempt to leave or flee. When police arrived, he was cooperative, and he remains cooperative today. As I mentioned, he does want to come back to court and address these charges. So in terms of bond, Your Honor, in light of his strong ties, lack of recent history, and his cooperation with police throughout this process, we are asking for a UJR on this case.
So he stole his dad's car at 52 years old. How old is
Thank
his
you.
dad? Like 80?
Thank you,
Maybe he
Your Honor.
forgot he let him
Given
use
the
it.
defendant's criminal history, he does have very limited recent criminal history. He has 5 North Carolina cycles, the most recent of which being a 2013 attempted to possess 5 or more counterfeit instruments and uttering a forged instrument. And that is his most recent conviction, Your Honor. However, he does also have 3 Alabama cycles. I could not find the disposition on those. All of those predate 2007. He has 1 Florida cycle and 26 Georgia cycles. He has 2 cycles in the last 10 years, but his
That
last
doesn't-
Georgia conviction is a 2011 disorderly conduct. Your Honor, considering the defendant's limited recent criminal history along with the facts alleged, the state is requesting bond in the amount of $2,000.
Thank you. So Mr. Lucas, I don't have an issue with granting you the unsecured judicial release that you're.
I'm sure he's
attorney
not
is
flirting
asking
with the
for.
one next to him.
Based on your history, I
Maybe.
don't think that you're gonna be a risk.
He has very
Like,
narrow shoulders. Look how
or
narrow his
you don't really have
shoulders
too
are.
much recent history.
I
I
have a
don't
big
think you're a risk
boxy
of
head.
reoffending. Please don't come back in front of me to make me have to keep you in jail, okay?
Huh.
All right,
Sure,
now
no
also consider treating your father well. We only get one mom and one dad. And at your
what if
age,
they
you don't
remarry?
know how much longer you're gonna have them, right? So just make sure that you treat the people that love you most as well as you possibly can, okay?
Message.
Well, I wasn't asking for you to say anything else. That's just a statement.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, have a good rest of the day, sir. Yes.
We
because
love
you're
Judge
not gonna
O'Neill,
be
but I want to jump over
able
to Judge Aaron. Got an interesting look inside of this courtroom.
Oh, I like
Third
this.
Circuit Court.
We can see what this lady's looking up and everything.
Case, she might be, seeing if I can work with the prosecutor and get a plea where she would do less jail time versus go into the recovery court. And even with that explanation, and if there is any recovery court is not successful, she knows she's looking at a substantial amount of prison time. She wants to go forward, Your Honor, and we've had this conversation more than once. To the point I didn't get to talk to her quite as quickly when she was first incarcerated, because I
Shocker, we're back in Michigan.
would, and Miss Panicale was calling my office, trying to make sure that I knew that she wanted to stay in the recovery court, even though I hadn't talked to her yet. But we have had the conversation on more than one occasion, and she wants to be all in, Your Honor, and go into the recovery court. So, thank you.
You think she wants to go to recovery court, Creed?
Valley, it's
Doug.
required that you would make a statement. If you don't, I don't hold that against you.
Doug, that's crazy if that's in
Fresh start in our program here today.
Brooklyn.
But if you wanted to make a statement, you'd be allowed to make it.
Weird. We've had this judge on before, just not in the court.
Thank you and for allowing me a second chance in the program and not giving up on me. And it was a lot of time to reflect. I did realize a lot of things I need to change, so I'll work on. And I'm very grateful to continue on with Nicole and the recovery court team, everybody.
Thank you.
Where in Georgia was Judge Neal at? I don't ever remember that.
Well, Ms. Panicale,
What is it? DeKalb County or something?
Yeah, I think DeKalb or something like that.
DeKalb County.
Nine prior felonies. Some misdemeanors as well, some juvenile history. Case in Charlevoix County where I think, did they already sentence you?
They sentenced me to go along.
And, in reviewing the pre-sentence report, we get quite a history of your life, And there's a lot of really significant negative things that have happened in your life that you had no control over.
He's super low, is he?
There are also a lot of really negative things that happened in your life that you were a part of.
All right.
Not done any of it, and that, I guess that's the biggest issue now, is making sure she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. And I don't have a problem with her seeing McKinsey
Sorry,
and
Stevens.
working the visitations out, as long as I know she's doing what
GE Day.
So you don't have an issue with coming back to court to receive updates if necessary?
Yes, if
What a voice.
necessary, if we have to come back to receive updates on the progress, I'm not against that.
Okay, very well. Your Honor, at this
Boy,
point in time, I don't have any.
I know a
further
lot of people be
questions.
mad about the judge's closet.
All right. Mr. McNeil, any redirect?
We always mention it when we're out here.
Yeah, Mr. Thiesing, this has been going on for
G.
months,
Stephen
correct?
McNeil.
Yes.
And you want a final parenting plan, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. And
It has. We're on a good
what
streak.
happens if she doesn't work her services and she doesn't maintain stable housing? She just keeps moving like. Well, first, let me back up. How many houses do you know that she's lived in during the last 6 months?
If I had to guess,
Very close fist.
3 or 4.
More Joe Dirt than anything.
Okay. And when
3
Mr. Arnold asked you about safe and stable housing, would that entail living at one place for a while?
Yes, without pretty much without couch surfing, going from one house to another, showing that she's been in one consistent place instead of going from place to place.
And would you need to know what other adults are residing in the home?
I would like to, so I know, if Mackenzie is with her, she's not going to be harmed in any way.
We're coming right back. I just want you to see Craig's hair. It don't get any better than that.
That's pretty tight.
No better than that. That is just as good as it gets. Just soak it in.
No, Your Honor, I don't have anything else.
This lady we're talking about over here is a
Neil, do you have another
professional
witness?
couch surfer.
Can I just real quick confer with my client, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
It's such a handsome gallery we have here. Really, really is.
Is there not even a door on that closet?
That's what I was here trying to figure out if it's got a
rest,
sliding
Your Honor.
door.
All right, thank you. Mr. Arnold, do you have any witnesses you wish to call?
Your Honor, just Miss Thiesing or Miss Fournier.
All
We're gonna
right.
see his
Ms.
ex.
Fournier, oh, good.
Is she horny?
There's your video. Can you
It's
unmute,
horny.
please? All right, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Old
Thank
Buck.
you. Go ahead, Mr. Arnold.
Thank you. So Sierra, could you please spell your first name and state your last name and spell that as well, please?
It's Cierra, Sierra, and then it's Fournier. Fournier.
Okay.
Geoff over
just
here has a very
correcting
strange
Fournier,
voice.
your, current last name, and you were formerly Thiesing.
Correct.
Did Geoff Jeff
Thank
used to be a woman, maybe?
So,
don't know.
Sierra, you've heard all the testimony this morning. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. You heard me ask Miss Johnson regarding your criminal history.
Yes.
Okay.
True.
So your criminal history, first off, do you have any?
I just have a past charge of assault, but that's been taken care of and dismissed.
Nothing.
Okay.
No,
What do you
but-
mean? So it was ultimately it was dismissed.
Because I did the services that the court has asked of me, and I also went and paid off my fine.
Okay. So to your knowledge, you do not have a conviction on your record.
I do not.
Wow,
Uh,
riveting.
Regarding your living arrangement, because that's a big issue. Right now, how would you describe your living arrangement? We've heard the term safe and sober house. Is that a correct term for where
That's
you're
basically
residing?
what it is. It's not just for people that have had past prior substance abuse. It is also for mothers
They have
who
a kid
had no other
there?
place to go besides living on the streets. So
How did you get connected with this residence?
I actually have known the guy that runs this
Apparently
house
we're
for
the
8+
only ones that
years.
caught
His name is Bill Jones. He does other programs like Parents to Parents, Dads Matters program, and
Does that mean she can lie and get away with
NA
it?
and different things like that. So I've known Bill since
pretty
my
much.
first CPS case with the state because he was
Pro move.
I was attending one
Mhm.
of his parent to parent classes.
Okay.
Does she have a kid with her in the
Is it
sober house? Is that what we're
Mr.
understanding?
Thiesing's characterization
Mackenzie's
of
there?
how many places you've resided in over the past 6 months to a year, is that accurate or inaccurate?
I've only been at 3. At first, when everything happened before the
She's
kids
very
were
defensive.
removed, I
I
was
think she
living
has a
with
problem.
Mr. Filia.
Maybe.
And then after that, I had lived with
I
Mabel, which is the sister to Steven's
want to
girlfriend.
stick with this. I want you guys to see this dude down here in the corner, and you can see them in the mirror. You can see the back of his head, and there's somebody sitting next to it. See the mirror?
Uh huh. Oh, there's my favorite judge. Yeah, I'm glad
Yeah,
she's here.
we'll go to that.
So where you're currently residing now, do you have any issue with providing the names of who else lives there to Mr. Thiesing?
I know Nikki Brooks lives there, and Shannon. I'm not exactly quite sure how you pronounce her last name, but I also have Shannon on my Facebook as well. So it's something with an L.
Okay.
well,
so
good
you
enough
don't-
for me.
You don't have an issue with providing a list to Mr. Thiesing
No.
of people you live with?
And I
So
know
y-
that
you
they
li-
both also have their own children as well. Shannon has a son and a daughter, and Nikki has 3 boys.
all at that house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
their
most of the
kids
time at
are-
the yes, their kids are in their care. Shannon's kids go to school and daycare because Shannon works, and Nikki's 2 oldest boys goes to school because Nikki stays at home with her youngest.
She said that she just
And
seems
so
very
you,
defensive
2
about
other adults
it though.
and their children.
That is correct.
Okay. So you do not live with Mr. Filia?
I do not.
Okay.
Okay, there you
How
go.
would you characterize your relationship with Mr.
Process of
Filion?
trying to get off of his plan, so. But that takes money to have that happen, so.
Hold on, Miss, this is the court reporter. I didn't hear your answer at all. Can you say that again?
You want me to start over or just from where it
No,
was?
I need you to start
From the
over and answer
beginning.
the question. I missed it too. I heard I think you started with in the process, but I couldn't hear the rest.
Oh, I said I'm also in the process of trying to get off Mr. Filios phone plan at the moment, but that takes money in order for that to happen.
Phone plan. Okay.
I thought she said bone
Does that
plan. I was like,
mean
whoa,
you're not in a
easy.
relationship with him?
Too much
I'm not.
information.
Okay. Do you talk about him with your children?
No.
Jeff would be a great person on the phone
Any
for to catch a
interaction
predator.
that you've had recently with
dad's
Mr.
not
Filion,
home right now.
There was testimony from Mr. Thiesing that it was regarding picking up your belongings.
Yeah, that's it. So when I went to go and pick up my
Too busy to
belongings,
have an
Mr.
attitude.
Filio actually was not there at the
Talking
house.
down.
Neither was his mother. It was just his dad. And one of the times when I went there, the first time his mom was there, and she tried to shut me in the hallway closet and sat there and was making sure I wasn't grabbing anything that wasn't mine when I was looking
Is it a
for some
closet like the
paperwork
one
that
behind
was
the
mine.
judge?
And then when I went back the second time, like what I stated, his dad was just there and I had no problems getting my stuff. His dad actually helped me and
Oh, I bet he did.
2 of my friends get my stuff out of the house as fast as we could. I tried to avoid seeing Mr. Filio when I went up there to go and get my stuff.
Regarding your employment, are you currently employed?
I'm not. I've just been looking for work. I've had a couple job interviews here and there, but I've never heard anything back. Well, I mean, I've heard a couple things back
She's
from some of
dazzled
them, but
them,
I just had
assuredly.
one yesterday and I had one Wednesday, and I have yet to hear from either one of those so far.
Bidding war for her
Where
services.
did you interview?
Yesterday I had one for at the Dollar Tree in Alma, and then on Wednesday I had one for the Goodwill in Aberdeen.
All Rockdale.
All high profile places.
Does your current, you've heard testimony regarding your current health situation, is that going to prohibit you from working in the near future?
I've never had no medical problems making it to where I couldn't work at all.
Ask your therapist if they have a YouTube
Very well.
channel, please, Rockdale. Thank you.
For God's sakes.
Talk
about us.
Regarding DCYF, CPS, DSHS, however you want to categorize it, is completing the services that they recommend something that you want to do?
That is correct. I do. I've actually been, I know Tracy told me before she went on vacation that she sent out a referral for a parenting class. She says that I need to wait until the lady or guy reaches out to me about when these parenting classes are going to start. I have started doing parts of my psych eval, and I have also made an appointment for the mental health piece as well.
Okay, so you were asked to do a new psych evaluation from the one that has been discussed prior in trial.
Can we get Jeff to say ack?
So you have no issues with working with
Johnny
whoever your
Fratto.
caseworker is to make those accommodations happen?
No, I don't have an issue with doing my services. I mean,
dude,
like what I told the social worker when I found out that I had gotten a new one, I said I'm willing to do all the services, whatever it takes to have the kids come back home. Yeah, I talked about a DV class, but they have not figured out which one they want to send me to yet because there's different ones that they've been talking about. So
Still never got to see those balloons.
Regarding that specific issue, were you alleged to be a perpetrator of domestic violence? Just to clarify.
I'm club fucking
I was the one. Hold on. What is a perpetrator? Is that the one that does the action, or is the one receiving the action?
The aggressor.
By the time Chase typed
What's
it,
an aggressor?
It was basically Terry would make threatening comments towards me. So
Okay.
And
So
also
you
his
have not
mom.
been
Juice.
you have not been accused of being the domestic violence actor. You have been accused of being the victim.
Right. And his mom laid her hands on me when we were together. And she even admitted to that to CPS when it happened.
She likes to shove you in closets, I hear.
Yeah.
And I never did no
once-
action back. I just looked at her and told her, I said, don't you ever touch me again. And she just moved her hand after that. Because the reason why she did that was because she thought I was burning food that I was cooking for
Good deal,
everybody
Terminator.
for dinner.
Okay.
Glad you're
And
okay.
you are not in that living situation.
Nope,
At
I
this
haven't
time.
been living there for quite some time.
It's a lot of money, Flusher. Shut up.
What is the current visitation arrangement with your other children?
So I see Timber over Zoom as of right now because he is currently placed in Wenatchee with a family member of Terry's, which is Terry's
like her
cousin.
attitude.
So me and Ricky, we
Offensive.
message back and forth when she can. She runs a business from home and she has
Adding in a lot
also
of
other
extra
children that go to
details that
school
I,
and all that. So they're a busy family.
like when somebody's lying.
But she will message me
I
and
was
ask me
burning
what's a
dinner.
good time for Zoom, or I'll ask her.
Don't
And
burn
then
dinner. That
right now I see
should be
Paisley twice a
shoved
week.
into a closet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tell
has
me
that
more
been
about this
problematic
job
for you,
interview.
or do you make
Goodwill.
those visits
Nope.
happen for the most
I've
part?
made every
Apply.
visit. I've never had no problems. The only time when there wasn't ever a visit is either when Paisley was sick or something else had came up. I know that Tammy has, which is the one that has Paisley, she's made vacation arrangements, which I
A
don't
different
have any
person
problems
has
with
all
that,
her
so we
kids. Like
do make a
they're
visits when
spread
it's
across the land like Johnny Appleseed.
able to happen.
But yet she has no drug abuse
Right
problems.
now, I've
so
not been
now-
able to see Paisley because I know the lady that supervises the visits has not got a new referral from Miss Dodge.
So now towards Mackenzie, for the most part, is it correct that you are in agreement with the parenting plan proposed by Stephen Thiesing?
That is correct.
Okay, but there are some issues
Okay.
that you want to bring to the court's attention. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, one of them being exchange location. Is that
That is
correct?
Yep, no, that is correct.
We'll drop her
Okay.
at McDonald's if
And
possible.
also during the recess, I looked up the bus schedule. The bus that goes out towards Centralia from Grace Harbor only runs Monday through Friday.
I'll look it up. I don't. Oh, I might
Okay,
have
and
it.
what day is your visit?
It's not until a Saturday.
Okay, so to your knowledge, that's not a feasible solution at this time.
That is not.
Okay. Even if the court considers moving the visitation location, you still don't drive, right?
That is correct.
Okay,
I
so
mean, I know
how would,
I know other buses, not to cut you off or anything. I know other buses run Monday through Friday and Saturday through Sunday, but I see Route 45, which is the bus that goes out that way, does not run Saturday and Sunday.
okay, so how would you get to a place that's an in-between point?
Today's poll brought
If
to you
you're,
by
is it
Red
still
Mill
back to,
Monograms.
public transportation? Or how would you get to that
RedMillOnline.com.
point?
Well, depending on where it would be at, if it was somewhere in Aberdeen, if Stephen was willing to go there, I mean, I know that's not halfway. Depending on where it was, I could walk there, or I could maybe have a friend take me there.
Okay, so
have a couple of
you
friends
haven't,
Hi, Bubba.
you have individuals that are willing to drive you if it's closer than Centralia Chehalis?
That's correct.
So is Steven's name Steven
And also,
Stevens?
the bus is always an option too, because I know
Steven
the
Stevens.
bus runs
Look.
Saturday through Sunday for Route 40, which is the bus that goes anywhere between Hoquiam area all the way down to Alma.
Yeah, she's got some weird stuff going on around her mouth. I don't know exactly what that is.
Your limitation factors in this parenting plan, they include neglect of a child. Is that a limiting factor that you are disputing?
Yes, because I know Mackenzie has had more than cereal and soup that it talks about.
Yeah, the
in
people
one
made
of
it in
the,
like 20 minutes.
previous reports. We had family meals. Sometimes she'd want other
Nice.
things. If she didn't like what I had cooked, I would ask her what she wanted instead.
And you had that kind of money?
Well, I wouldn't let them, but I would ask them, what sounds good for dinner. I'd give them, I'd come up with 3 ideas and see which one somebody wanted more than the other one. I try to make sure that whatever I cooked, everybody would want to eat.
Pizza.
Okay, so you're
Thank you,
disputing
Vicky.
that you didn't
Take a
provide
look.
proper food intake to Mackenzie.
No, she had proper food intake.
Okay.
We had
Did
regular
you take her?
family meals.
Did
We
you
had-
take her to the doctor?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
She has been to the dentist also. We would go to Harvard Kids Dental, which is in Aberdeen. She has made every appointment.
This lady makes me want to shoot myself. Can we find something
Did you hear
else?
Mr. Thiesing's testimony regarding what your
Oh, we're
arrangements
we're
when you were
invested now. You
together?
got to see where this goes.
I heard part of it.
Okay. Would you agree with the characterization that Mr. Thiesing was acting as
I'm gonna stretch my legs. BRB.
primary custodian of Mackenzie when he was home?
I agree to part of that because there would be sometimes he wasn't always home. He and my grandma, well, I guess she's like my grandma, they would also go out to the casino.
Okay,
They're
so you took a
gamblers.
substantial chunk of the parenting responsibilities as well, to your knowledge.
Yeah. And also before we got into our own place, we were also living at my dad's house for a little bit. And sometimes him and grandma would go to the casino a little bit more when we were living out there. And sometimes I would ask him if
This
he
would
could
sail.
stay
He's the
away,
OG.
and he would always be busy either doing that or other things.
Okay. The next
my dad-
issue,
And my own dad didn't think that it was fair that I'd always have to be the one at home with the baby while he was out having fun. Because if I want somewhere, he'd make a big deal about it.
the next issue are, well, I'll just put both of them together, domestic violence and assault. That you live in living, current tense, in a home with a history of domestic violence. Would you
Found her on
characterize
Facebook and her
that as
heavily,
correct?
and
I
I
was in a
mean
situation where there was
heavily
violence, but I'm
manipulated
currently not living in a
pictures. But you
situation
can tell it's her
anymore.
with it. There you go.
Um,
Thank you, Sansom. Tonight, probably around 6.
That someone living in your home has assaulted or sexually assaulted, causing grievous harm, fear of harm, or resulting in a pregnancy. Would you
I could see
characterize that as correct in your current living environment?
What do you mean by sexual assault?
I would hope not.
Like where I live right now?
Where you live right now, yes.
I don't know if anybody in my house has ever had any problems with anything like that.
Say to the best of my knowledge.
Go ahead.
I don't know their backgrounds. I just know that they live there with me, and I haven't seen no problems with how they parent their kids or anything like that. So we pretty much all get along for the most part.
Okay.
I've never really had any problems with any of them.
That you have an emotional or physical problem getting in the way of your ability to parent. Have you been diagnosed with any cognitive delays or issues to your knowledge?
I have not. The only thing that I ever had in the past was I used to have epilepsy when I don't know exactly how old I was when they started because I was so young, but I grew out of them. So
I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
It's insane if they would.
Your lack of emotional ties. There was testimony from Mr. Thiesing that you're discombobulated
Still?
and not paying attention during visits with Mackenzie. Would you agree with that assessment?
no, because normally when I'm in the grocery store, I try to walk back out to whose ever car I'm with.
What the hell's this? What happened?
Damn,
What the hell happened?
they gone. Going over to 36 District Court. There's a video that comes up here in a second. Say it with me. 36 District Court. Judge Lee Spyatt. There's a video coming up. I have no idea what's going on here. This was just moments ago.
Is whether the door was open or closed. Mr. Valancourt is clearly standing to the wall. I can see him in the video, standing to the wall, not standing in front of the door. He's standing on the wall. He is not blocking the door.
No, they have been.
I guess I was confused as to why.
If we were, you wouldn't be seeing us right
Classroom, unless his arm is somewhere that I can't see it, and he's holding the door. So that was not the testimony.
Keep your hands where my eyes can see.
They're standing at the door.
We know, guys. I gotta say this again. Anything that is a high-profile court case like that, that's all over court TV and Law and Crime Network, all that, there is no touching that. We'll lose our channel in a heartbeat. I hear it's good, and I also know that a few people are attempting to do that. But just like you just saw their video go blank, that's what would happen to us. So
Yeah. Trust me,
that's
we'd like
why-
to watch it.
Yeah, any of those cases that are high profile stuff like that, we can't do. Can't touch it. Like I said, they're paying things to have in court, and, have their videos. That's the problem with that. I just wanted to let everyone know because just Rob, you're not the only one that has asked today.
Oh, you're fine.
Trust me. So I just wanted everybody to know that we're not like just not seeing it just for that. Yeah, anyways.
And something happens, right? Something happens. And I will state that the people did not prove to me.
Oh, she's
what
amazing.
happened. They didn't prove to me what happened, per se, inside of the cubby. Because despite Mr. Johnson's testimony, who I did not believe, I believe that you can see inside that cubby.
Oh, trust me, they will. It's the biggest case right now in America.
Let
They will.
alone see two people.
Oh, there's
who are
tons of
inside the cubby, which is
ones out.
back, but they're kind of back. They're, like at school, so there's a little thing, and the two students.
They're
are
all not going to be
back.
bangers. This is a part of watching live court.
Clearly, right here to the side, and he's standing, and he's blocking, like right there. And then something happened. And then when that something happened inside of there, Mr. Valancourt responds, he reacts.
I believe this is something that happened inside of a jail, by the way. I think.
Mr. Valancourt responds.
Oh, here we go.
It's kind of right here. It's right here. I'm gonna move it back just a little bit.
Or maybe a school. There's a lot of lockers.
Standing outside of the wall. He had his hand on the wall. So Mr. Valancourt had his hand on the wall. Mr. Johnson isn't even looking in that direction. Okay? Mr. Johnson is looking away down the hall this way right here. Valancourt's hand is on the wall.
I'm guessing whatever happened is
Two young
up in the
ladies
corner
are
there.
going in, like they're kind of in the cubby. One of them had their back to him, not the one in the red. Let me be clear about that. Testimony was that the young lady in the red shirt, and that's the one that was grabbed out, yanked out, and that's not the one that's right there that would be in Mr. Johnson's view. So they're right there. Mr. Johnson looking the other way. And then something happens right there. Something happens. Mr. Valancourt reaches back in. He reaches in. And then and he grabs her and pulls her out. And that's what happens right there. I'm gonna read criminal jury instruction 2.
They're saying that dude like didn't jump and react to what was going on or something like that.
2.6.
I think they were trying to say he had looked away and we did that. Guy took the opportunity to reach in there and pull that woman out.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So when I am tasked.
Because he was just leaning against the wall at first.
I read it to myself and it says it is your job to decide what the facts of this case are. You must decide which witnesses you believe and how important you think their testimony is.
This is from
You do not have to
2018.
accept or reject everything a witness says.
That this
You
happened.
are free to believe all, none, or a part of any person's testimony. In deciding which testimony you believe, you should rely on your own common sense and everyday experience. However, in deciding whether you believe a witness's testimony,
A whooping
you
stick.
must set aside any bias or prejudice you have based on the range.
All right, so this is a big case. I'm presuming here on that one. I just wanted to see what was on the video. I almost think you might be right that they're saying that the dude was like looking away while Things are happening. We back here again?
He just
Okay.
died in January.
I got a new
On
mask
the
on, by the
records that I
way.
have, yes.
Yeah, he does.
He changed it up. A new look. And don't think he's going to give any attorneys any leeway because
How old
he
is Victoria,
attacks and
Amy?
attacks and attacks.
Your Honor, 61.
Guys, we got just a few more minutes.
Plugged in
Judge
her,
Kim is
information
around.
on
Let's watch a little bit of this.
Pacer
We'll
to
watch
see
a,
if there's
little, a
any
couple of Judge
bankruptcies,
Kims, and then
there's
we'll
none filed.
jump on out. Don't forget, we got a Chase coming up at 4:05. Is it 2 for Tuesday or plus
Let's
one?
do for Tuesday at least.
So
Plus-
you're saying that
maybe
Donald
another
England
one.
died after you filed
I'll be our
Anything
the
can happen.
motion to renew.
It's possible, Your Honor. I can't say for sure. When exactly we found out when he died. But
So I died?
Victoria is still alive.
Look up and see when he died. Donald.
Somebody died?
L-I-N. Why is it you can't tell me when he died?
Why can't I tell you when he died? I did.
Huh?
I did. I said 1/21/22.
Okay, all right. See if he died then.
Slow your roll.
I'm sorry, see if you what?
See when he died.
Is there a middle initial for this, Donald England?
What's his middle name?
I don't have a middle initial. I just have the date of birth, the date of death, and the last four.
Rita has the Jesus, very nice Jesus picture by there.
Judge, I want to let you know, the reason I asked that is there's also a Donald J. Anglin who passed away in South Bend, January of this year as well.
Ooh,
So the
controversy.
Donald England who passed away on January 21st of this year.
Rebecca, we can rewatch that chase on Friday. Matter of fact,
Before I clicked on that, it said what town it was in.
I'd love to see Maserati Gold again.
Apparently it was in Albion.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you need to know?
I have the date of
72
birth.
years old. 72 years old.
7/21/1949. That sounds about right. Just double check.
Oh, is that who that is? Okay.
Yeah, it should be.
So you're showing the one in Albion.
Yes.
I feel like G. Reynolds is
Well, then
about
why
to
do you
pass
think
out.
this address is any good? For the wife?
We went through the mailing system to see if there was any other address, and that was the only address that would come up for the wife. We haven't received any mailing that was rejected, sending that either.
Is there any way James isn't currently playing Lego Star Wars?
And just to
Scar a
clarify, I
Skywalker
am
saga?
72 years old. Yes, for Mr. Anglin.
I already put that up, Nightbot. Stop.
And how old did you say she was again?
61, Your Honor.
Judge is easily confused at times. Sorry, Your Honor. Wow, these
No
proceedings are
mention of
very.
surviving wife in this obituary.
You got Moidas. Well, as soon as Creed
Yeah, I
comes
don't
back,
have
if
her name spelled right.
I didn't have to turn up Creed's volume, we could just jump over there. But I have to wait for him to be here for the volume. See, I can do this. We can't hear him. See, no sound.
I have Victoria, yes.
You got her name is Victoria Vitoria.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Hmm.
This
It's a
obituary says
contentious
Victoria
moment that this guy's even dead or not.
Not a Victoria.
I've never seen them have a harder time determining somebody's dead or not. Just going round and round. If you want to jump to
Isn't it
Judge
supposed
Kim,
to be part of the case?
What if it's his sister that entered into a car agreement with him?
Could be. What was this the subject of? A car, a used car?
Yep, they financed a vehicle, Your Honor.
oh, car.
Just thought it should be clarified since she's being called the wife.
Right, okay.
Oh, I see it.
There's
Okay.
no Victoria named in this obituary at all.
Do they have any siblings listed?
They only list those he left to cherish.
Maybe
his
faked his
memories. It does
death.
not say who's-
Let's go over here. There's some things. I just backed it up a minute.
A lot of stuff going on here. Why are they triple masked in the attorney's room?
A lot of masks today.
Everyone's concealing their identity.
Here she comes.
What the hell was all that?
Backed it up just perfect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Charlene Manson is here. She's going nuts.
Kelly, if you thought that screaming and cussing as you're walking in the courtroom is the way to impress me, make your life better, I'm not sure how else I can explain this. There's one person in the world that will decide, well, if the DA asks me to give up jurisdiction, there's one person in the world that decides whether I certify you or not as an adult. And really, that's what's called discretionary. That means it's just what I want to do. On these hearings, they can provide all that. The DA can give me all the evidence in the world to certify you, and I can still say no. They can provide no evidence, and I can still say yes.
This is true, Vicky.
What you have to understand is, like, there's one person you've got to impress right now, and that's me. And if you think being disrespectful and yelling and screaming and being abusive towards my staff is going to help your situation, again, stop digging. You've made some decisions. It seems like you made some poor decisions. Now it's time to start making good decisions. So I expect you to get up, gracefully leave the room, and go back to your pod. If you don't, I will bring you back here. And these is all interactions that I'm going to remember when it comes to make decisions about.
I think I gotta back it up. See, we're only like that was only a couple minutes ago. Did she leave? Kind of crazy.
She must have, because you said leaving like that.
Okay, there's
what is she wanted for?
Well, we'll see here in just a second. I'll back it up enough to get an idea. Is he talking to
everybody's opened the door, refusing to come to detention hearings? You just sound like a peach of a lady.
Now, let me back it up.
You're here sagging up right here, level 3 confined, using profanity towards staff, banging on the door, and refusing to dress down. And as I recall, I heard just right before the hearing started,
Danny
you
Big.
were refusing to come to detention hearings. You just sound like a peach of a lady. You're here for Saginaw, or this is the one where you allegedly, I think, set up a robbery and somebody got shot.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
let's see.
Peach of a lady is for sure, Judge Kim. No parent.
Refusing to dress down. What does that mean?
Daniel, which is your ex-boyfriend, allegedly you set up a robbery.
One more.
And then the victim loaded dad's firearm, waited inside the house. 2 of your buddies opened the door.
God.
One of your friends aimed the gun at one of the victims, shot 2 to 3 times at him. The other victim, your ex, shot your friend.
Wow.
I was right.
So your ex-boyfriend allegedly shot, or evidently shot, your current boyfriend.
These kids do some crazy stuff, man.
And through messages on the phone, you were trying to get your friend to go to rob your ex-boyfriend.
It murdered somebody. Good.
At least shot him.
So you're looking at a first degree felony.
I can see why she freaked out the way she did.
I just want to be back with my baby.
So we just saw the aftermath of this. I didn't go back far enough.
I think you did.
No, I mean, to begin with, we watched the ending of it. And then we.
So
Yeah,
she
that's a-
lured somebody there and let them so they could get
Psychological evaluation coming up. Kelly, right now you're looking at up to 40 years of confinement for this. I don't know if the state of Texas is going to seek for me to waive my jurisdiction and certify as an adult. Do we have a parent here for Kelly?
Hello, Ashley. Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay.
No
So,
surprise there.
so you're looking at a murder offense, possibly capital murder offense.
Whew.
Where if I give up my jurisdiction and transfer to the courts, you're looking up to life with parole, which is a 50-year confinement. Kelly, at this point, if the DA files this hearing or asks me to give up my jurisdiction, I'm going to look at your records back here. If you're being abusive towards our detention staff, that is not going to help you. That will come out. If there's ever a time in your life to get things together and make your situation better and help your attorney, this is the time. But having a level 3 confined, that is no way to impress me and make me think that the juvenile justice system can help you. Make better decisions. That's all you can do. You may be frustrated, not like the situation you're in, but you can actually take a moment to make it better. And you're not. You're actually just making it worse.
Carrying soft
Dug
on
yourself
General
in a hole.
Judge Kim right now.
Just quit digging.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kelly. We'll see you in 10 days. Bring her back.
Bring her back.
McComber, please bring her back.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, God, no.
Yes.
Nope.
No, not even close.
No.
We just enjoy this. And we like, reacting to it just like you do. That's about it.
All right. Well, we saw her come back in, but I kind of want to watch again.
Her coming back in is one of my favorite things because it looks like she's possessed. Trippity, them old tripping balls.
That's why she's in confinement by herself.
Can you imagine? You're facing 40 years in prison.
Now let's see if she
Kelly,
leaves
yelling and screaming. and being
decently
abused.
this time.
This is all interactive with court. I'm asking you again. Please gracefully exit. That means don't say anything, stand up and walk out peacefully. Let's try this again, Kelly. Yes.
Can you just send me to TJJD? I don't want to be here. You don't know how these staff treat me.
Right. So, Kelly, I don't think you understand what I've been talking about is you're looking at going to TDC. So giving up my jurisdiction, certifying as an adult, at which point you can get 50 years in prison for this. So it's not even a TJJD issue for sure right now.
Even the kid in G-Pod shaking his head like,
It's
man, you idiot.
Yeah.
Determinate grand jury is a prisoner
Right.
case. So TJJD, you're looking at up to 40 years, at which point there'll be a hearing before your 19th birthday, where I decide whether for you to transfer to TDC to finish your sentence or you get paroled. Again, that comes back to me. And unlucky for you, it looks like I won my reelection. And so you'll have a hearing in front of me again instead of a different judge. There's one person in the world you really want to impress, and that's me. And you're not impressing me right now. So if you're asking just to go to TJJD, that may not even be an option. You may be going to adult prison for 50 years. All right, so please, I'm asking you, just get up gracefully like a young lady and behave appropriately. Get your behavior level up. Thank you, Kelly.
They probably treat her about how she treats them.
Yeah. Well,
fighting and hitting and screaming and
Well,
Hey,
she
come
left
on.
without swearing and all that. So good for her. We're going to leave on that note with an 18-year-old murderer. Absolutely
Wow.
crazy. Should come across. But another good day. What is this? 5 in a row? 5 in a row. Six in a row?
6 in a row.
Good Lord. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, anyways. 1 p.m., 2 hours of live Zoom court drama unfolding in front of our very eyes. I don't think so. I think she just said by 19. I don't think it would take that long to.
No,
Get a
I
cycle in.
think Snoopy's right. She's pretty young. Because
She said
judges
by
like
ni-
you're going to come back in front of me again when you turn 19.
Well, maybe she is that young. Jesus, it's even worse.
If she's 18, that's nothing. I mean,
Bob, perfect timing.
she got hung up with the wrong people at the wrong time, and
that's
just the way it is.
Once again, the communication process is broken down.
Steve,
Why
we
many hours
we do over 3+ hours live a day of stuff.
Tell me who else is doing that much content every single day live.
These guys, bestcams.fun, hot girls and boys, 18 plus, by the way, video chat. Oh, yeah. What a way to end the day. Click that link. I promise you, you will have a lot of fun.
Unofficial sponsor.
That's right. Absolutely. Do they get naked without clothing? That's my question.
That's the good stuff. We'll wait.
We're waiting.
Love the bots. That one's not the best, though. The best ones is, I'm not going to say.
I like the ones that come out with the messages about this long.
Yeah.
The one that's got a cure for herpes and everything else in it. That's my favorite. 2 Utes. All right, guys, we're going to get on out of here. We appreciate you coming by. If you would, please leave a like on this video just to let us know we're doing something right.
Babaluya, late fee.
Got some great chase action lined up for you. Hopefully you'll join us back for that at 4:05, a little less than an hour from now. Creed, anything else?
No, that's it. Yeah, see it for we got a chase. Gonna jump on, do some slots later, probably around 6 o'clock or so. So that's gonna add another couple of hours to our already very long day of live streaming.
I'll be sitting on the couch in case something happens tonight. Until next time, please remember.
Coronavirus! I am Cornholio!